Good evening, my friends. Welcome to another of our wonderful Quizmasters trivias here at the virtual pub. I hope you have a beverage in hand and you are with family if you are able, or you are Zooming them in or FaceTiming them in, or however you want to video conference. There are many available these days. Hope you've had a wonderful weekend and are ready for our quiz. I'm joined as usual by the trusty producer, Raiden. Hello, dear.
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. It's been a nice weekend of doing very little.
Oh yes.
Doing very little.
Anything worth, mentioning in the very little?
Only two things, I think. Number one is Blue Healers is really heating up. I mentioned on Friday that I've been watching it. I'm now officially into season 3, despite the fact that I've been in season 3 according to my streaming service for some time, because they just decided where the seasons were. But that's heating up. Mount Thomas has got some issues.
Oh, I mean, careful, spoiler alert.
Well, yeah, look, there are issues in Mount Thomas. That's all I can say.
We would hate to say anything further and ruin, potentially, a TV series
Exactly.
that's been over for 20 years.
It's not been over for 20... very nearly.
When did it finish?
2006. 2006 was the last episode. So yeah, it's been a while.
Okay.
You know, if you haven't watched it and you don't want anything spoiled, it's probably too late.
It's a show about dogs. Oh no, I've given it away.
Digger is a very good boy, though.
Very good boy.
The actual blue healer of blue healers.
Oh,
His
there's an
name.
actual blue
There is one blue healer in blue healers, and his name is Digger. I also managed to go to a party with exactly 5 people invited to the house.
That is nicely done. We did a family dinner on Sunday, which was nice. But that's a family thing, and that was like, oh look, this will be fine.
Yeah.
The numbers squared out.
Yeah.
You know, we went to the house where there were only going to be 2 couples and an extra coming along.
Yep.
We were all good.
Perfect.
But you went to a friend's party, did you?
I did.
Now, were you involved in the party planning process?
No, I was told to come.
You were told to come. Oh, okay. If anyone has planned a party, I would love to hear about the way you choose to cull your friends.
Oh, it's got to be difficult, right?
Depends who you are as a person.
I mean, not difficult for you.
Not pleasant. So...
Because you've got room to spare if you invite everyone that loves you.
Honestly, no, not even that. Everyone who I'm like, I would really love to have these people over to my house. And honestly, I live with 2 other people who I could take or leave.
Yeah. I noticed you said that when we know neither of them are watching.
I really hope not. Or I'm going to get in trouble.
There'll be paperwork in your future. No, I did that. I played D&D as well on the Saturday.
Would it perhaps be with someone who was watching the stream?
It could have been.
Who is just put in the words D&D.
Yeah, I was getting to it. I was getting there. We did do that, and then I went to the party after that.
Lovely.
You know, both completely allowed now. The next door neighbours of where the party was own the house where the party was. Mm-hmm. And they were a bit worried, the people that live there, they were a bit worried about, should we have said something in case we're loud or we're going late or whatever.
But that's the benefit of inviting bikers.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. So no one really worries about it. No. I turned up and they were having a fire pit as well.
Oh, it's getting about that time of the year as well.
It certainly is getting that time of the year. So, yeah, they were having a nice fire pit. And I did think, and I don't know if there's an answer to this, is if I have 5 people around in my house and there's no fence between my place and the neighbour's place, and they have 5 people to theirs, could we have the party on the fence line?
Well, no, you can't have the party on the fence line. You have to have the party 1.5 metres away from the fence line.
Okay, fair enough.
75 centimetres.
Yeah, both of us are 75 metres outside of the fence line. And everyone's 75 metres apart, 75 centimetres apart rather, not 75 metres, where you'd be down the road.
I have no idea the answer to that question, but all I can picture is an across-the-fence game of tug-of-war.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so much in that. You put the fire pit on the fence line, I reckon.
Oh, wait, you want to tug people into a fire pit?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's my religious upbringing. The other thing that I discovered this weekend is that, you know, the Greek hero Heracles?
Yes.
Called Hercules in Latin, but Heracles in the Greek. I think that anything that ends in C-L-E-S, we should pronounce as Heracles. And I have a list.
All right, I've got one in my head that definitely doesn't work.
Motorcycles.
Motorcycles. Okay, that does make it sound fancy. I'll give you that.
Obstacles. I was trying to run really fast, but there was some obstacles in the way.
Yeah, all right.
If you are a physicist, you might encounter microparticles. And of course, I would be remiss without saying testicles.
Testicles.
I would be remiss without mentioning them.
Look, spectacles was where I
spectacles
originally
is
went.
Excellent.
And
That's excellent.
I'm not necessarily sold on it.
I've said that before. Before even thinking about this, I have said, I can't find my spectacles.
Of course you have.
But yeah, well, you've met me. So, a quick hello to everyone who's here. We've got so many. The jet lags, the old ones. We've got Double Trouble again, Paxton Ruse, Great Expectations. I am attempting the semi-lumberjack look. I thought I'd go for hip, urban lumberjack with the plaid, but the hoodie overneath. Overneath is not a word.
Yeah, it is.
No, underneath is a word.
No, overneath is a word.
That's
It's
where you're slightly
skydiving. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't need to finish that one.
Over a suburb of Cessnock.
We've got so many of our friends, all the Harwoods. Excellent. Wonderful.
Dave Harwood is starting strong and starting early with just a statement I need to check on now.
Please.
The statement is there are over 100 words for snow in the Scottish language. And thankfully I know someone who is from Scotland.
Yeah.
They are one of the people in this room.
There's three things I'd say to that in the minute and a half that I have. Number one, Scotland has two languages, or three technically. There's English, Scottish English. There's Scots, which is a Lowlands language, and there's also Gaelic, which is a Highlands language. Which one are you referring to would be the first thing I'd ask. The second thing I'd say is I think you're thinking of Inuit. That's what they normally say, is there's hundreds of words for snow in Inuit, but most of them are just the word for snow, but with an adjective in front or behind them, like German does. So they're not really words for it, they just have, like if we say, it's light powdery snow, we'd say that in English, and their word for that is light powdery snow. Yeah, so it's not strictly words, they are words, but they just smash things together like German. And the third thing that I would say is there isn't.
I was going to say, look, if the Scottish people are going to look at something and go, I need 100 varieties of describing for that, it is going to be one of three distinct things.
Yeah.
It's either going to be alcohol, fighting, or jaunty singing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll be one of those three.
Of course, knife crime. Specifically knife crime.
Or actually, you know what? I'm going to write that down. I'm going to save that little fact that I've come to. That is one of my favourite facts about Scotland.
Excellent.
And I think we'll use that one later.
I think I know the one.
Stay tuned if you want that.
We've got some other teams joining us. Survived the Cruise here, the Seagulls. I Want My Pub Back, which is fair enough. Coattail Rider, Canopus. It's just
Canopus.
What a gang! What a gang!
That's fascinating. That is the second time I've ever encountered that word. I have no idea what it means, but it is the name of a street I lived on as a kid.
I am going to refute what you just said with the fact that I told you when we pulled into your childhood street that A, I have a team named that at the RG, and B, that it's a constellation. I told you both of those things. Now, your memory's shocking.
Also, sometimes, just tune you out.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, I imagine so. There's very little people that just listen to me as they would a radio, I suspect. But if you do, fair enough. Continue to do so. I love it very much. Alrighty, time to get underway. We've got rules because it's not fun if there's no one enforcing some kind of regulation. So please remember that you mustn't put your answers to this quiz into the comments. You pop them down on a sheet of paper. Here's one I've prepared earlier. This is what a sheet of paper looks like. This is in a pad form, but you can have loose if you wish. And store-bought is fine. Jot that down with a pen, pencil, whatever you have, or just retain it in your head. But please don't put them in the comments. Everyone will shout at you. and I'll have to tell you not to, and it's really awful, and I can't be bothered.
And
I just
everyone
can't be
gets
bothered.
quite shouty. The
They
thing
get very shouty.
we should point out is that we also have is a delay
Yes, there is.
of about 20 seconds
Yeah.
for all of this. So we
Yeah.
see something go up. I'm usually trying to, hide the comment so it doesn't come up in future, or hopefully if I can catch it before too many people see it.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm trying to hide the comment, and then it's the don't do that, and then it must seem like it's forever before we go. Oh yes, we should.
Yeah. That's exactly right. We see the comment, then you immediately reply, and then 22 seconds later, we notice the comment.
We are given the opportunity to reply.
Yeah, that's right. We say it instantly, but you see it 22 seconds later. So remember that with everything that happens. Okay, I think that's about all there is, except for the crucial thing of we normally give out funny answers, points. If you don't know the answer, write down a funny one. But for this, if you don't know the answer, give us a joke in the comments. We gave out a 2-pointer last week. It was a cracking joke, but we gave out a 2-pointer. So it is possible to get more than one bonus point, but you only get points if it comes across the screen.
Was it the muffins one?
Yeah, it was the muffins one.
Good.
That got 2 points.
You thought of it again, didn't you?
Stefan. All right. We're carrying on too much. Let's have a quiz. We've got questions galore, 50 of them, in fact. So let's start with this one. What number is indicated by the prefix quint?
What do you call me?
Yes, I did, just not on the stream. What number is indicated by the prefix quint? That's number 1. Number 2 to follow. What 9-letter word describes a scene in a film depicting something that happened earlier? A 9-letter word that describes a scene in a film depicting something that happened earlier. Number 3 as well. What is the second largest country in area on the continent of North America? The second largest country in area on the continent of North America. And number 4. What is the 13th consonant of the English alphabet? The 13th consonant, not the 13th letter, but the 13th consonant. That's all I need to know.
Those questions. They're my favourite because you watch everyone
Yeah, absolutely.
who is thoroughly familiar with the alphabet.
Yeah.
They're thoroughly familiar with what consonants are.
Yeah.
But you get to a question like that and every single person goes, no, I don't care if that's what you think.
Yeah.
We are writing it down.
Yeah, there's plenty of people that I know that can go, oh, this is the 13th letter of the alphabet. But then you say it has to be consonants and they're going, B, no, not that one. And trying to eliminate them and count at the same time. It's fabulous. It's fabulous.
Yeah. The people's mastery of the alphabet, my wife, it doesn't seem like it's a skill, but
Yeah.
it is. My wife can say the alphabet backwards.
It's so hard.
It's ridiculous.
It's unnecessary, is what it is.
I mean,
I never need to know that.
Plenty of unnecessary skills, but...
Yeah, we're doing one right now. This is ours. We go on to number 5 now with a picture. Pictured here is the cast of which award-winning Australian drama television series?
Look at them there.
They're all so beautiful.
That is quite difficult because I don't reckon there's a lot of photoshopping of like people in.
Yeah.
How do you get 6 people to take a nice photo together?
Yeah, it just seems impossible, doesn't it?
Also, famous people are awful because they're pretty. That's the thing I've decided now. Took a minute there.
I hate them because they are beautiful.
It's just the reason you struggle with this is because you're not a pretty person like these people. They could be pulling faces and they would still take nice photos. They're pretty people.
When you were talking about the backwards alphabet there, and one of our commenters says, butchers speak backwards. I don't know if that's a joke or that's a fun fact, but can you please elaborate?
I do know for a fact that the person who has said that
Is a butcher.
is a butcher, among other things. He's one of... he's had a few jobs.
He has. But I'd like a little bit more. Like a little bit more info. Anyway, we'll crack on and we'll go to question 6, which looks like this, part of the human body section of our quiz. All of these questions are anatomical in nature. Nearly butchered that. What word for a pigmented spot or mark on the human body is also the name of a small burrowing animal?
Extra point if it's also an insult.
Oh, yeah. Although I think that's spelt differently.
Got this one for you.
Somebody just threw a bottle of omega-3 at me. It's okay, though. I've only super fish oil interest. Oh, that's fantastic.
Keep going.
I was lucky I wasn't krilled. Just got better and better, that one. Just got better and better.
Oh, Gillian over here being nice to us.
Well, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to either of us.
It's also lovely that she took the time to lie.
I know, it's very nice. It's very nice. I feel special. Number 7. In which limb of the human body is the aconius muscle? Arm or leg? What did the fish say when he swam into a wall? Damn.
Classic.
And a beautiful classic joke, that one. And a nice cleanie from Brian, which is nice.
I see you had that talk with him.
I might. We had words. Number 8. Oh, that's not a word. Splenomegaly is an enlarged... No, I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to do it again. Is enlargement of which organ of the human body? Splenomegaly?
No, you just... Splenomegaly. Oh, no. I thought I had it in my head. It sounds right.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Brett. The rural jurors furor. See, I can say that one.
Yeah, rural jurors furor is fine. I don't know how else to elaborate on the butcher speaking backwards. It's like a semi-secret language. That's very cool.
I mean...
And also, I would like to request in front of witnesses that Sam send us proof of this in some way. A video of some butchers doing it in their secret butcher talk. And we will play it on Friday. If we get it.
All right. I mean, if he just sends a video of him speaking pig Latin.
Yeah, well, that's not the same thing. But would be very appropriate for a butcher. Mm-hmm. But of course, they call it pork Latin. Number 9.
Baconese.
Baconese. The pinna is the outer section of which part of the human body?
Wasn't that a ship that discovered America?
What?
Pinna.
No.
The Nina, the Pinna, and the Santa Maria?
Oh, you know what? You might be right, actually.
Actually, I think it's Pinta.
Yeah, maybe.
Come to think of it.
We'll Google it. Not now. Number 10. A hematologist is a doctor who specialises in the study and treatment of disorders.
Oh, He-Man! The disorders of He-Man. Oh, my mic's on, isn't it?
Sure is. Sure is.
I've given you that one.
And so, your mic is on, and so is my strop at being interrupted. A hematologist is a doctor who specialises in the study and treatment of disorders of which part of the body?
I don't usually get them right. I got excited.
The hematologist.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very sorry to say, Mr. Perry, but it's we've got your results in, and you have the power.
I thought that, or it's just, people telling He-Man he's got eczema. That's flared up a bit.
Yeah, he says he says he's going to see what he can do. It's apparently called rectub, which is butcher backwards.
Yeah, I'm not buying any of this.
Yeah, I'm so suspicious of this, but I need proof, and I will play it backwards so that it is forwards. That's what I'll do. Number 11, we have another body-based question. What is the 7-letter name of the bone that connects the upper arm with the collarbone? We've highlighted it in red there. What is that bone called, that pair of bones? It's pronounced retchitub. Retchitub. The more you tell me about it, the less I believe you. There are now too many details.
That are ridiculous. That someone would have gone. Yeah. No.
I'm just not having it. What do you call a dinosaur cross with a pig? Jurassic Park. Excellent. Have a point for that. And following on from our conversation as well. Bought a pair of shoes from a drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with, but I've been tripping all day. Beautiful. beautiful. A double pun, which is quite rare.
Now, I do have to mention, because I got a message before
Mm.
from a lovely regular of mine,
Yeah.
to say that we had a birthday.
Oh.
Someone watching with a birthday. I realise we have a lot of birthdays. People have been
We
telling us
do.
birthdays quite a bit. So I thought it was time to have like a birthday celebration.
Okay.
So I went with one of two of them. I think they're equally appropriate. So let's try. Happy birthday, Vicky. This one's for you.
She's so happy.
She was very. I mean, just and they're gone. They're just gone. Or there is the one that I think you'll immediately know why I picked this one. It's just
Oh.
there it is.
Yeah.
So much purple.
So much purple and sparkle. That's very you. Alrighty. So that's if it's your birthday, those were for you. Here's our numbers game, number 1. Now, the way the numbers game works, if you haven't played with us before, is this is the only time when you're allowed to put an answer in the comments, apart from all the other times that I'll tell you about when it's time to do that. But put your answer for this one in the comments. The answer is a number. The closest to the correct answer wins a prize. So, please tell me that 36-year-old TV personality Roddy Alves has undergone how many full-scale surgical operations since 2001. I can tell you that the majority are plastic surgery.
Yeah. Elective
or cosmetic surgery. A great many of them.
I mean, while the answers come in, I'm just going to give you a chance to have a look at some of these jokes that are just brilliant.
Here the guy made the first fairy bread die this week. They're expecting hundreds and thousands at his funeral. Fantastic.
Brilliant. Oh, that's a punchline.
That's a punchline. Why can Manelli? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, you ruined that somewhat,
I'm so
Aiden.
sorry. I'm doing many things.
I know, but yeah. No, that's an excellent joke. It was somewhat butchered.
I believe it's red chipper.
I believe it's Richibar, as the butchers say, allegedly. I'm not having it. It's not true. So get the answers in for that. We will total them up. Tally them up is what I was more looking for there. The closest wins a special surprise from us. Tell me, how many surgeries has Roddy Alves had? This is updated to this February, as of February.
Don't believe there's been any more in isolation that we know of.
No, I think she's a UK celebrity. So I think that the UK has been in lockdown longer than we have, and elective surgeries have been gone for so long. Okay, that's it. Closed. Let's do some tallying. There's a couple of closies that I can say. Our question, we have 36-year-old TV personality Roddy Alves has undergone how many full-scale surgical procedures since 2001? The correct answer is 71. And we've got 3 very close. We've got Leslie with 72. Jayanthi with 70. That's pretty close. And another Leslie with 72.
Oh, we're all Leslie'd up.
We're full of Leslies, but my mum's not here. Anyway.
I'm going to end that there. It's got at least another 15 minutes that
Yeah,
goes to it. We'll bring it up.
We'll bring that up again later to see the end. Because it's well worth seeing the entire thing. Alrighty, next question. It is number 12, and this is on the cover of, I'm going to show you a magazine cover. This is on the cover of Rolling Stone, and I need you to tell me which American rapper turned actor is pictured there on that cover of Rolling Stone. Kind of exercise do lazy people do diddly squats. That's very good. I like
Brilliant.
that. Number 12 has a bonus point. This issue was published in which decade? What decade was that issue of Rolling Stone issued? With that rapper-turned-actor on it. That's all I need to know.
I'll give it a minute to think about it.
Yeah.
Some thinking music, I think.
Yeah, all right. My favourite bit coming up. Oh,
yeah.
oh
yeah. Little treat in the next bit.
Oh, that's unfair.
Look, looking back on George Bush, it was fine. You realise it could have been much worse.
Oh, look, yeah, no, we now have full 2020 hindsight. In a very literal sense, it is 2020. And we could be in a much worse position than we were.
George was lovely. He was a nice bloke. One of my favourite George Bush quotes is, "I believe humans and fish can coexist peacefully."
Absolutely.
And I think more people need that kind of attitude.
And how is our children learning?
Rarely is the question asked.
It's very rarely. Number 13. Now, this is a section called Hidden Words. Now, I'm going to give you a clue to the answer by showing you 3 letters that are contained within this word. So this one here, the 7-letter name given to the partial or complete obscuring relative to a designated observer of one celestial body by another. That's an overly complicated one to have to explain the concept with, but the answer contains the letters L-I-P in order altogether in part of the answer. Lip is your clue. I'm giving you a bitter lip. Your next one. Oh, I like elephants. Everything else is irrelevant. Jesus. He's Googled clean jokes for kids or something to make sure it gets up on screen.
Well, can you send me that website? Because these are great.
Number 14. Which band won Album of the Year at the ARIA Awards in 1999, 2001 and 2003? Your clue is fin, as in the thing a fish has. F-I-N is contained within it. 15 as well. Changi Airport is the major airport of which Asian nation? G-A-P is your clue. Gap is within this word.
Okay, it took me a second because I thought it was Chingy, the rapper.
Oh my god.
Now I just have an image of Chingy trying to land a plane. Where do you want me to put it, Chingy? Right there, right there.
Goodness me. Number 16. Adam Sandler plays a single father named Jim Friedman in which 2014 film? End is the clue. As in his career should have ended a long time ago.
It's just any Adam Sandler film after 2000.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, I shared it on Facebook. It's a flowchart of whether or not you should watch an Adam Sandler movie. And there's different categories like when it came out, whether or not he wrote and directed it, whether or not Drew Barrymore is in it. Yeah, just a whole thing. Don't you just hate Russian dolls? They're so full of themselves. Excellent.
My favourite part of that flowchart, because I didn't see it, is that it really comes down to just one question. Is he doing the voice? Yeah,
that was the one. Is he doing the voice?
If yes, don't watch it. If no, you can watch it.
Our hidden words continue with, what's red and bad for your teeth? It's terrible for your teeth.
Really awful. High in fibre, but you'll never get it down.
Yeah. Not very soluble, though.
Nah. Need milk with that.
Number 17. With 21 distinct species across Australia, pictured here is which marsupial?
That is kind of cute.
It's adorable. Art is your clue, A-R-T. That's adorable.
There's a little pretend face. There's a little pretend nose.
This is a made-up creature.
I mean, it's not the most ridiculous made-up creature we have.
No. The platypus takes that. Platypus sounds like a practical joke. But which marsupial is that for number 17? Number 18 looks like this one, because it is this one. This photograph was taken at which American city located on the west coast of the United States? Your clue is EAT.
I mean, that
E-A-T.
windmill is never going to work.
That's a Ferris wheel.
That's why it doesn't work as a windmill.
Yeah.
Don't always have to be right about this, David.
No, you don't, but it would be nice if you gave it a go. Just occasionally. So which American city located on the west coast of the United States? I have been to this place, and it's a beautiful place.
Is it windy?
It isn't particularly windy.
Explains why it doesn't need to be a windmill.
Yep, exactly right. Wind is not the weather phenomenon for which it is known. That's a clue, sort of.
Could you mill with that weather phenomenon?
Yeah, you could.
Okay. If anyone's getting a hint out of this, good on it.
Yeah, well done.
You've got the clue out of there.
Tonight's category is things you can mill with.
Writing that down.
All right, so that's the last of our hidden words questions. Which American city was that taken in? Number 19 is a House of Wax question. I haven't seen one of these in a long time, these House of Wax questions.
We need to track them down again.
Yeah, because they're fantastic. But this is a wax figure from Louis Tussauds Celebrity Waxworks, named the worst waxworks museum in the world. This waxwork is of which female singer? Knowing the answer doesn't actually help, is what I found.
I'm pretty sure that she was in the prison scene in that Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Big one, voiced by Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Jeez. I wonder what the... Oh.
That character definitely has a name. We just don't know what it is.
Fillion Nathanman?
Fillion Nathanman. Look, if Nathan Fillion had any say in it, then yes, that would be what it would be called. Like Nathan Fillion very much, but so does he. So, Louis Tussauds Celebrity Waxworks, which I urge you to look up and enjoy. There are some corkers.
This is actually, like, in defence, this one does somewhat look like the person. There are some of them that you put it up on screen and go, sorry, what?
The best ones are, it's of a celebrity, but you say it is X-celebrity, but it looks like a different one. Like it's clearly another one. There was one of Pink, I remember seeing, and it just looked like Taylor Swift.
Yes.
It just looked exactly like Taylor Swift. And could have been, but it wasn't apparently. The nameplate said otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, you know at some point they've just gone, oops, where's the...
oh, we've lost...
Where's the one I'm looking for?
We've lost Pink. Ah, well, stick it on the Taylor one. Number 20 is a category called Spoon What? Spoon me, if you like. Our questions, all of our answers start with spoon. So spoon...
Oh, I didn't mean to press that.
I certainly hope not.
Though I will say, with you saying spoon me, just, there you go, spoon me.
It was a spoon, love.
What I was going to say is I found the life image of that previous photo.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to put that previous photo back up for me?
Yeah, sure.
I just... Identical, just had a shave. Identical.
Done the eyebrows too.
Just had a shave. Grew out the top.
That is horrific. That is a horrific leprechaun.
It's an elf, I'll have you know.
Is it?
Yep, it's called Ugly Elf Doll from the 60s.
In the 60s, they didn't care. They'd call them all elves. They were all the same to them in the 60s. Till the elf rights movement. Number 20, to provide help without requiring any effort on the recipient's part. is number 20. So it starts with spoon. Starting with spoon is this one, number 20. Number 21 as well, a large wading bird. A large wading bird for 21. Again, starting with spoon. S-P-O-O-N. And I've been abandoned by Aiden. You probably heard the door close. So I just would like to say hello to some people. In the meantime, I can talk to you instead of talking to Aiden for a little bit of fun. And you see, we've got new jokes, and Aiden's not here to put them up. It's a nightmare. But no, Sam, that wasn't me on the screen. It wasn't me. Number 22, an error in speech or deliberate play on words in which corresponding consonants or vowels are switched. Oh, Aiden, did you disappear for a moment there? I didn't even notice.
Not at all.
I didn't bring it up at all.
Oh, did you?
Well, did.
I had to duck out of the car for something really quickly.
It's fine.
I'm also not sitting here making a cup of tea.
No, obviously you wouldn't be doing that. So an error in speech or a deliberate play on words in which corresponding consonants or vowels are switched.
Did you do something on my computer?
No.
Sam was just saying that you were on the screen.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone knows this is you.
Yeah, that's true. Under the costume. Under the costume. Number 23, famous magician Uri Geller is known for his trademark performances of this illusion. There is a beautiful moment on 8 out of 10 Cats, I think it was, where Uri Geller was on there, and he was trying to show his mind powers, his mind illusions, and he got everyone at home to put a particular object on the top of their TVs, and he says, when I say go, they'll all jump up, and then every single other panel member went, yeah, just make sure you turn the speakers up really loud. Maybe pull on a bit of string that's attached to it. Just really, really strongly took the mick. It was fantastic. But what is the illusion? Beginning with spoon.
I think we've captured lightning in the comment section over here.
Oh, yeah, go on.
With what, to my understanding, is the first time we've ever had a team joke.
Oh, fantastic. Let me see.
There's
What did the farmer say when he couldn't find his tractor? Where's my tractor?
solid joke.
As I would.
And then, boom, this comes straight over.
You should retract that. Oh, fantastic.
Guys, that is genius. This, if you... Can
Very
you just
well
tell me,
done.
are you on the same team?
They are. I can confirm that
Okay.
they are.
Less impressed by
Well,
that.
they're certainly in the
they've
same
got the same
family.
surname.
Yeah. Oh,
I might not notice things like that, but
No?
I do have this cup of tea to drink now.
yeah, well, that's fair. No, you don't. You didn't go anywhere.
Oh, I didn't go anywhere. Yeah.
And even if you did, you didn't bring me any of it. Number 24. What is the common two-word name of this piece of kitchenware? It starts with spoon.
Is it like one of those hyphenated things, like when they put the surname first? Because I can see that being
Double-barreled
This
kitchenware.
is not a spoon. This is not, comma, spoon, comma, this is not a. Spencer Harwood misses Chingy. I think
Yeah,
we
I
all
was
miss
just
Chingy.
about to say that. We all do, really.
You can tell we all miss Chingy, because when I Googled Chingy
Yeah.
to go, hold on, what? One of the first things that came up is, whatever happened to Chingy?
What? Well, tell me. Whatever happened to Chingy?
What was a Watch Mojo video? So I didn't
Oh,
watch it.
no, yeah, let's not watch Mojo.
But you know for a fact that you've left celebrity life
Yeah.
when someone does a whatever happened to.
Yeah, if that ever happens, then you know your comeback is either almost immediate or never coming.
Oh,
Because the opposite happened to Brendan Fraser. because they did a big retrospective about why won't anyone hire Brendan Fraser anymore, which is actually a really sad story about why he's not been in movies for years and years. But then immediately, about a month after that video, he announced he was in a new TV show. So maybe we are revitalising Chingy's career as we speak. He may well be watching.
He'll be back. He'll be right there.
It's the only thing about Chingy you know, isn't it?
It's his only song.
Number 25. What is the name of the street that the Griffin family lives on in the long-running animated television series Family Guy?
Yeah, I've literally just Googled Chingy songs and it is right there. And Nachana in 2016.
Oh, so he's not really gone far.
Also, that's not how you spell banana.
Apparently Jackpot the Pimp was iconic, according to Spencer.
Jackpot the Pimp.
I'm only reporting. I'm not down and with it. So I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it's real. Alrighty, we've got our second numbers game now. Any jokes to pop up before I do?
Oh, Julie, I'm not putting it up.
Sure?
Julie's is good.
Julie's is good?
Not putting it up.
Alright, fair enough. Everyone look at Julie's joke. Julie, you get the point.
Julie, you can have the point.
Apparently we can't put it up, but you can have the point. Here is your second numbers game. It works exactly the same as the first. Put your answer in the comments. The closest wins the prize. The song Spoonful of Sugar from the film Mary Poppins came in at what position on the recent official Disney radio list of the 100 greatest Disney songs of all time? I'll give you a clue with this one. It's a bit hard. It is between 1 and 100. Just to narrow it down a touch. It is between 1 and 100. So, where did it come? And I'll whack the timer on, get those answers in, and also let us know if you need any questions repeated. I'm going to do 1 to 4 again, because I know we had at least one latecomer, so I'm going to do that again. Other than that, if you need anything, let me know, and we can do that for you. Because we're not animals, we're kind people. We'll let you see a couple.
Also, I really hope Chingy does a cover of Spoonful of Sugar. I hope that's how he comes back.
Oh, that would be that. I mean, well, since he's watching now.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, he's not got anything on.
He's certainly not got anything on.
Oh, this is lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
okay.
Just seeing how people are going with this. Though I will say it is incredibly difficult for you to have the numbers game and then also go, what questions would you like repeated?
Oh yeah, if it's anything less than 25, you're probably submitting that as your numbers game answer. Okay, that's closed. That's all there is for that. So I'm going to put up the first 4 questions again for our Johnny Come Lately. So those are the first 4. What number is indicated by the prefix quint? What 9-letter word describes a scene in a film depicting something that happened earlier? Number 3, what is the second largest country in area on the continent of North America? And number 4, what is the 13th consonant of the English alphabet? Those are your first 4 questions. Followed by number 14, which is here, and is joined by 13, 15 and 16. So that is your clue, your contains Finn question. Which band won the Album of the Year at the ARIA Awards in 99, 2001 and 2003? Finn is in their name somewhere, F-I-N. And 17 as well requested, which looks like that. The distinct species, 21 distinct species across Australia. What type of marsupial is that adorable creature? I should also like to point out, because we didn't mention it, that that is a person's fingertip that's underneath it. Like, that is a tiny creature.
I mean, I would love to know what people thought it was before they knew.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they knew what it was, and they weren't mistaking it for another thing. But how tiny? Art in its name, A-R-T. And go back to number 12 with its bonus, which is this one here. Which American rapper turned actor is pictured here on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine? And the bonus point, this issue was published in which decade? You publish an issue.
Or you
issue or publish. No.
Like an adult.
No. Put it in a book.
No, you
Put it in a
deal
book.
with it. Drink over it.
Think.
I said think.
Yeah, you very nearly did there, didn't you? Okay, that's it. Unless there's any other requests, I don't see. We've done all of them, I believe, which is lovely. So, let's have a look at our answers. So pens at the ready, my friends, as we mark these together. After we've done and you've got your scores, pop your scores into the comments section. We, of course, need you to count your joke points if you have any. Number 1 was what number is indicated by the prefix quint, looking for 5 for that one. The 9-letter word that describes a scene in a film depicting something that happened earlier would be flashback. The second largest country in area on the continent of North America is the USA, second behind Canada, followed by Mexico, then all the tiny little ones in Central America. Number 4, what is the 13th consonant of the English alphabet? We are looking for Q there. Pictured here is the cast of which award-winning Australian television series? It is Offspring. Offspring. Is that still running? I don't know. I don't watch free-to-air anymore. Number 6. What word for a pigmented spot or mark in the human body is also the name of a small burrowing mammal and a classic insult from the 90s? It is mole. Number 7. In which limb of the human body is the anconeus muscle? You'd find that in the arm. That one is an enlargement of which organ in the human body? Looking for the spleen there. The pinna is the outer section of the ear. A haematologist is a doctor who specialises in the study and treatment of blood, which you don't really think of as a part of the body, it just kind of is there.
That makes up part of the body.
I know it does, logically it does, but I never think of it as being a body part. Just the way my brain works with it. What is the 7-letter name of the bone that connects the upper arm with the collarbone? That would be the scapula. The American rapper turned actor, pictured here, is Ice-T.
Which I believe Lisa has beautifully pointed out. It's a very easy way to figure out the answer to that one. Oop. That's not it.
The number 21.
That's. Let's try it again. Nope, it's not gonna let me. There we go. The name's on his tag.
Oh, it is too. Oh no.
So if you get dangerously close to your to whatever you're viewing this on,
or you have a smashing big telly.
Or, well, I imagine, or you're not playing with your mother.
Well, yeah.
Who, if she's anything like mine, you try and get close enough to read that. She's like, "Get back! You're gonna ruin your eyes."
Yeah, which I've already done. It's fine. No, well, there you go. If you didn't get that one right, you can't see that, and you don't know rappers. That's all there is to that. This issue was issued in the 90s, though. I genuinely thought that this was some kind of promotional thing for SVU. That's why he was dressed as a policeman.
You're right, rappers never have anything to say about the police the rest of the time.
I don't hear them. I don't hear them talk about it. I'd like to know rappers' opinions on the police.
Let's ask Chingy.
Let's ask Chingy and see what he reckons.
I'll email him.
He'd jackpot the pimp, I believe. What 7-letter name is given to the partial or complete obscuring relative to a designated observer of one celestial body by another? In other words, one thing in the sky going in front of another. It's an eclipse. The band who won Album of the Year at the ARIA Awards in 99, 2001, 2003 is Powderfinger. There's the fin. Changi Airport, not Chingy Airport, is Singapore.
There's the gap right there.
Mind the gap. Adam Sandler plays a single father named Jim Friedman in Blended. And this is a donut. Either that or when you asked me what its name, I just went, donut.
I think that is the noise you make when you reveal the new painting or piece of artwork that you've made. Da-da!
Oh no, I was actually going to go with that differently. It was just going, donut. What have you done with your day? Donut.
Yeah, whereas I'm a bit more of a positive person.
Yeah.
Donut.
This photograph was taken on the west coast of the United States in the city of Seattle. Beautiful place. Known for its rain was what I was getting at before. This wax figure from the Louis Tussauds Celebrity Waxworks, named the worst waxworks museum in the world, is apparently of Celine Dion.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
There is no other evidence.
Other than their word. Our spoon questions to provide help without requiring any effort on the recipient's part is to spoon feed. A large wading bird is a spoon bill. The error in speech or deliberate play on words in which corresponding consonants or vowels are switched is a spoonerism. The famous magician Uri Geller is known for his trademark performances of spoon bending, which he apparently does with his brain. The common two-word name for this piece of kitchenware is a spoon rest. And our final spoony boy, this is the Griffin's house from Family Guy, and they live on Spooner Street. That's it. There's all the regular questions. We have some winners of our numbers game. I assume you have done all that for me, Aidan. The song Spoonful of Sugar from the film Mary Poppins came in at what position on the recent official Disney radio list of the 100 greatest Disney songs of all time? The correct answer is 21. And there's... I'm shocked. I'm shocked to see that. I haven't seen it before come up several times. It wasn't meant to. Matthew Carlo got the point there. Well done. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, that's it for the first round. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back at 5-2.
Yeah, let's call it
5-2. We'll come back at 5-2, so stretch your legs for 10 minutes. We'll be back real soon with more quiz than you know what to do with. Enjoy your little rest. See you in a bit. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed yourselves on your little rest and you've repaired all the relationships that you broke during the first round, arguing about which Chingy song was the best.
I mean...
We all know. We all know exactly which one it is.
It was right there.
It was right there.
It's about where it was the best,
Yeah,
which I think matters. Like, we've got... Okay, we may have looked into Chingy.
We needed to know more.
More than we should have, because David told me he didn't know who Chingy was.
Never heard of him.
So I went straight to the stats to inform him of the kind of influence Chingy had around the world. You know, the Italians put him at number 29 at his peak position. Not too bad. What else we got? Sweden 41, Belgium 30 on the Ultra Top 50, but on their Ultra Tip Wallonia, number 7. In Australia, he was at number 6, but I think we all know the people who love Chingy the most. It's the obvious answer. New Zealand.
Obviously.
Went to number 1 in New Zealand.
You know what's weird? Do you know what's weird?
This conversation?
No, well, yeah, but here's something even weirder to attach to it. There's a guy who lives in one of the apartments in my little complex. He lives around the front, and they call him Chingy because he looks a bit like him, but also he's Maori.
It's a big thing over there. It's part of the culture.
It's a huge thing in New Zealand.
Spencer getting in with Bag Up was the best.
Well, we will have to investigate any of Chingy's other songs that he ever had.
Why did Chingy just add extra letters to all of his song names?
I don't know. I do have to say, because I haven't asked in a little while, so I'm going to ask now, is where are you playing from? I haven't asked that in a little while, and I'm very specifically asking that because I think we have our new record holder. I think our furthest now is Stockholm, Sweden, with Brendan joining us all the way from Stockholm. So, hello, which I'm sure is hello in Swedish.
Well,
but it's an A with a weird circle on the top instead of an E.
So if you would like to beat Brendan, all you have to do is risk the world's coronas by going to an airport, fly as far as you can. Honestly, just get one of those tickets to go to the moon.
Yep.
Call up Richard Branson, offer to pay him a premium right now. I hear he's hard up.
He is hard up.
He's struggling through this.
He's having to get the Queensland government to buy him out.
Yep. All right. I also had one more joke I had to put up there.
All right. What do chemists do with their bones? They bury them.
Great.
Excellent.
Love a nifty chemistry joke. I also thoroughly enjoy the way people have chosen to. Where are you playing from?
Yeah.
This is my favourite response so far.
Yeah, I was about to mention that. Just
where are you playing from? Home.
None of your business. Don't need you to know. There we go. Someone is playing from the moon. There we go. Alex Hill.
Winner.
Hills, you win. You win. You played from the moon. Well done.
Albury.
Oh, that's pretty far.
That's quite far. That's...
Spencer's playing from Dubbo, which he doesn't know if it explains the Chingy obsession, but she will stop Chingy spamming. I don't think you should.
Spencer, you don't do that.
Keep going. The more we know about him, the closer we are to the comeback.
I also am pretty sure there's only about 4 comments left of information about Chingy that any person in the universe could post.
Surely. Surely you are going to run out of material shortly. Alrighty, let's go to our second round. This works exactly the same as the first. If you missed our first, don't forget not to put your answers into the comments.
Which we've not really had a problem with.
We haven't had it tonight, which has been very nice indeed, despite the fact we've got newcomers, people I've not seen before. Very nice. Dave Harwood is playing from 10 years in the future.
Oh.
Which is nice.
Oh, yeah, but not very geographically far.
No, that's... Yeah, no. I don't know if that wins.
Also, I figured it was time to just finish up something really quickly.
Please do, please.
The bit where he teaches him a dance.
I can also... Can you play just that bit again, or do you have to play it from the start?
I would have to play it from the start.
Okay, well, we can't do it, but... I was just imagining him doing Get Low while he did that arm movement.
Oh, wait, hold on. I might be able to.
If you can.
Oh, that was Obama.
That's a different president. Oh, you need... Yep, right. Wait for it.
Oh, no. See, it's ready, and it's... I like the way you do that right there.
No, that's better. That's better.
All right, we should definitely move
Number one, there's people waiting for questions. Complete the name of this popular stage and screen musical by Rodgers and Hammerstein. South what? That is 7 letters. South what? A musical by Rodgers and Hammerstein. And number 2, which 2 countries have English names that begin with the letters P-O? So what do we call them in the English language? Start with P-O.
Any country if you just start with PO.
Yeah.
Po-Zealand.
Po-Scotland. Po-Australia.
The Po-United States of America. Which is the USA, but everyone there is Po for the Teletubbies.
Yeah. That's horrifying. Number 3.
Mostly because of Po with guns.
Oh, no. Which spirit is the alcoholic ingredient in the coffee-flavoured liqueur Kahlua? Big Kahlua fan, mate.
It's actually I don't like coffee, but I can handle Kahlua.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
normally because
flavoured.
it's served with ice cream and it's...
No.
Oh, really?
Vodka and Coke. Black Russian.
I
I actually don't mind a Black Russian.
No, fair enough. Number 4. The name of which primate is derived from the Malay for person of the forest?
And we should clarify that is the name of the species of primate.
Yes, not a particular one.
Yeah, it's not just one particular primate that we know as Coco the gorilla or something like that, and they just
But in Malaysia they call him person of the forest.
Her. Coco was a girl.
Oh, really?
I believe so.
Oh.
And really liked Robin Williams.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And
I think it was because he claimed it was because it's the first time she'd properly had a chance to come across another being that was as hairy as her.
Oh. Still sad. Number 5, pictured here is which American singer, songwriter, and musician? Which American singer, songwriter, and musician? That is number 5. Number 5 has a bonus. He was a member of which supergroup with Bob Dylan, George Harrison, and Roy Orbison?
That is a beautiful picture if you don't focus on the facial expression. The facial expression looks like I'm having a stomach cramp. I've got to play this guitar, but right in the kidney.
Which supergroup was he a member of, along with Bob Dylan, George Harrison, and Roy Orbison? That's 5 and its bonus. Moving on, number 6. Into our Winter Wonderland section. As the months get colder, we have some wintry questions for you. For instance, bobsled, luge, and which other sport make up the 3 sliding events at the Winter Olympic Games? I really like that they're officially called sliding events.
All right, I have a problem with this question.
Oh, go on.
Technically, every event at the Winter Olympics is a sliding event. There is not a single event at the Winter Olympics where you do not engage in some form of sliding. All the Winter Olympics is can you do other sports while it's slippery? There's none. Even the one where it's like, you slide for a bit and then you shoot a gun.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then you slide
yeah.
a bit more. And there is obviously one of these, the 3 sliding events that use a...
They use a slidey board of some kind.
Well, yeah. There's a very clear answer to that.
Yeah. But you're sort of right. I would argue that any skating event isn't actually sliding.
Yeah, it's sliding.
No, because it cuts into the ice. It doesn't slide across it.
Nah, it's sliding.
No,
sliding.
Well, as long as you've made up your mind.
It's all just sliding. Like, it's all right, can you slide and do some jumps? Can you slide cross country? Can you slide with this gun? Can you slide as a group? Can you slide on your own? There's no Winter Olympics synchronized diving. That wouldn't be a sliding event.
No.
Watch it.
I would absolutely watch it. You'd have to cut a hole in the ice.
No, thin ice.
Thin ice, because the ice we skate is getting pretty thin.
It's my answer to to global warming Winter Olympics. You can't do the speed skating anymore, but you can now synchronise dive through the rink.
Number 7. Complete this... apparently we're getting 2 at once. Complete this title of this play by William Shakespeare. The Winter's... what? And number 8 as well, while you're at it. Which American all-female band had a 1987 hit with their version of Simon and Garfunkel's Hazy Shade of Winter?
I mean, Spencer's coming up here just dropping knowledge, which I love for a trivia. I can't even put all of your comments.
No, that's all right. I'll finish it off.
Up on screen.
A hip-hop skit is a form of sketch comedy that appears on hip-hop albums. Very popular in the late 90s and early 2000s. Chinny's debut album featured many skits, the most iconic of which was titled Jackpot to the Pimp. There you go.
And speaking of lengthy comments,
yep.
We have another one there from Will, whose joke won't fit, but there's the start to it.
Seen my neighbour digging up all the plants in his garden and asked what he was doing. He said he was replanting all his herbs in alphabetical order. I asked, where do you find the time? Oh, it's right next to the sage. That's excellent.
Worth it, Will.
That is worth it. Have your point. Number 9, here we go. A picture. What is the name of the character played by Ariel Winter in the television sitcom Modern Family?
So why didn't that last person make a facial expression like that? That's a nice photo, all the way along. Lovely photo, not ruined by a facial expression.
Wasn't ruined by the facial expression. Disgraceful to talk about him like that. He was in a supergroup.
Wasn't the Spice Girls though, probably.
Which wasn't a supergroup.
Spice Girls were a supergroup.
No. Supergroup is specifically a band that is made up of members of other famous bands. That's what that means.
Yeah, Spice Girls.
What are the bands with the Spice Girls in?
Oh, they all had solo careers, didn't even need the bands.
After they were Spice Girls.
No, they were a supergroup, now they're a union.
Yeah, now they're a supergroup, but that I will grant you. Not having it. Number 10. Between 1732 and 1917, the Winter Palace was the official residence of the monarchs of which country?
That must be an absolute nightmare for trying to get rid of the spider webs around the outside of that house.
Well, when you're the monarchy, you sort of have people to do that for you, don't you?
It just must be a nightmare. You would have to employ more people than necessary.
I don't think they have to employ them.
Well, I mean,
they just have to tell them to do it. You don't need to point the rifle. You just need to have it.
No, it's more people than you would need to, because it's a lovely picture. Also, not ruined by a facial expression. Which, honestly, if it was a building making a facial expression, that wouldn't ruin it. That would make any picture.
There is a house in Merriweather that when you come up over a hill and the way the lights hit it, it's a big smiley face. It's beautiful. From the Winter Palace, we go on to our third and final numbers game. Here we have the question. Australia first sent athletes to compete at the Winter Olympic Games in which year?
Now known as the Slidey Olympics. Not to be confused with the Spidey Olympics, which is Olympics composed exclusively of Spider-Man.
Yep, absolutely.
And Spider-Man. The greatest Spider-Man. If you don't know about the Spider-Man universe that has multiple Spider-Man, the greatest character in all of them is Spiders-Man, who is...
Made of spiders?
Yeah, he's a hive mind of spiders that is in the shape of a person.
That is horrific.
And all he wants to do is eat people. But he's constantly trying to hide that from all of the other Spider-Men.
That's horrific.
It's really funny. Spiders-Man, look him up.
They got that idea from the Batman comics, where one of the first major villains in the Batman comics was Man-Bat.
Oh no, there's also a Man-Spider.
Oh, is there also a Man-Spider?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
No, you think they got the idea from Batman? No. They just really extended out their universe.
I mean, to be fair, Batman was first.
Yeah, but they didn't get... Not arguing with
No, I mean, he just was.
Like he was. Yeah,
Detective
he was
Comics number 27.
I'm saying that's not where they got the idea.
Well, you can think that. Get your answers in while we have a tiff. A tiff we've had many times.
It's just not true.
Well, I mean, you know, it's not the exact tiff we've had.
Like, you can tell when Marvel and DC have stolen ideas from each other.
Yeah, you can.
Not an example.
You can, like when Iron Man was stolen from Batman as well.
What?
When Iron Man was stolen from Batman.
No.
A billionaire genius who can build incredible tech.
Yeah, except...
In a lair of their own.
Yeah, in Marvel they made him not stupid.
Except for the genius intellect part.
No, Batman's a moron. Iron Man's what happens if Batman was smart. Batman is what happens if Iron Man had not worn the helmet and took a good punch.
You're going to need to present evidence for him being a moron. You're going to have to.
That's an argument we've had a million times.
Yeah.
Look, I'm an Iron Man fan. Shoot me.
If I could. Alrighty, that's the end. That's the end of the numbers game. The question again, Australia first sent athletes to compete at the Winter Olympic Games. In which year was the question? How we doing for answers? We've got 2 correctingtons. Our correct answer was 1936. We've got Jayanthi and survived the cruise ship. We're well.
Please clap. Please clap.
My
Please
favourite
clap.
part of that is the bloke on the right-hand side who just leans over to his mate and goes, "What a moron. Look at this loser."
Please clap.
And the girl behind him who's just going, "Oh yeah, that's right, it's a rally."
I'll be honest with you, we didn't heaps have a theme
No.
for tonight's
We just wanted
numbers
to,
games.
yeah, we want to include that one, and then the theme was built up around it.
I stumbled across that and went, well, I go find other funny bits of presidents. None of them, because I nearly put in that clip 3 times, because that's slightly out of context. It doesn't show how long the pause is before
It's
he asks.
enormous. It's enormous.
For the people to applaud. Let's one more time.
Please clap.
God, he has a go, and you know, it as it has been said in our political sphere, if you have a go, you get a go.
Do get one.
Number 11. What is the title of this biographical sports film? And a bonus point to go alongside it. This may help you. Which American actor stars as American tennis champion Billie Jean King?
The Office isn't a biographical sports film.
You have forgotten how much parkour they did.
Yes, my apologies.
Which American actor stars as Billie Jean King? And number 11, the proper question is, what is the name of the film? He made a bet, she made history is the tagline there. In case you're viewing this on a phone or something. Let's go to number 12, I reckon. We'll carry on with the quiz. Tell me please, the 8-letter word that describes the condition where a person or animal has a congenital absence of pigment in their skin and hair. An 8-letter word that describes a condition where you're heaps pale. That's number 12. Number 13. According to the Bible, Jesus Christ was baptized in which river?
What's funny about that, Dave?
So for those of you who don't know, many of you do, but there is a sort of teleprompter that I have off to the left-hand side of the camera, where Aidan gives me important information about, who has won the numbers game, or what the top score is, or if I've forgotten to do something, it appears there. When I ask the question which eight-letter word describes a condition where a person or animal has a congenital absence of pigment in their hair and skin, or is heaps pale, he put the word Scottish, which I ignored, and then he followed it up with, yeah, I counted the letters. Which, honestly, fair play. Fair play. 14. The opening bars of which European country's national anthem are played at the beginning of the Beatles' hit song, All You Need Is Love. The opening bars of which European country's national anthem are played at the beginning of the Beatles' hit song, All You Need Is Love, is number 14. Aidan has only just deleted the the thing that made me laugh. Just left it there as his trophy. Oh, lucky we're being paid handsomely for this.
Oh, I have a joke for you as well.
All right, go on.
There you go.
I'll tell you what, I'll put those questions back up so you can enjoy them. No matter how much you push the envelope, it's still stationary. And do you know what my favourite part of that is? My favourite part is that stationary was spelt correctly in the context of it being pen and paper and so on.
You would like that as someone who used to work at a stationery store.
And you know what? I can't
that
name.
Store never moved.
I can't name it for legal reasons.
As there are cases ongoing.
While the case is ongoing, but let's say it sounds like Bloffus Turks, and they got a whole shipment of brand new signage to put up, big renovations in all the stores, 152 stores, all got the same renovations done, and they delivered the sign for the stationery aisle, and it was spelt wrong. Spelt wrong.
That's brilliant.
It was fantastic.
Also, hello, Claude.
Oh, hello. Number 15, former US President Richard Nixon shares his middle name with which character from the animated television series The Simpsons? I'll do that again, but not rubbish. Former US President Richard Nixon shares his middle name with the name of which character from the animated television series The Simpsons? Also, it is canon that he's named after the president. So, you could have just said it. You could have just said that. You didn't have to type it out and put it above me. Now it looks like I think that. So, stop it. Which former President US President Richard Nixon shares his middle name with the name of which character from the animated television series The Simpsons? I don't know why that was so hard the 3 times I read it. It was so difficult. We're going on to a new section now. This is the 50-50 section, for better or worse. We're going to put up one correct answer, one incorrect, and it's up to you to sort the truth from the twaddle.
Just before you do, I have to just really quickly...
You don't have to. Oh no, that you did. What is Whitney Houston's favourite type of coordination? Hand-eye. That's a cracking joke.
That's up there with Sniffles. Carry on.
Number 16. In relation to horses, is a gelding male or female? Is a gelding male or female in relation to horses? 17. Who was the first British monarch to visit Australia? George VI or Elizabeth II? Our current reigning monarch.
Liz.
Betty
Lizzie
Windsor.
too.
Yeah, QE2. She was named after the boat. Number 18, Jean Metzinger is a famous name in which 20th century art movement? Cubism or Surrealism? And 19. The Encyclopaedia Britannica was first published in 1768 in which city? Cambridge or Edinburgh? That's our first 4 of 5 50-50s. In relation to horses, is a gelding male or female? Who was the first British monarch to visit Australia? George VI or Elizabeth II? Jean Metzinger was a famous name in which 20th century art movement? Cubism or Surrealism? And the Encyclopaedia Britannica was first published in 1768 in which city? Cambridge or Edinburgh? There is a clue on the books themselves, on the covers of them. There's a hint for number 19. We're going to give you a moment to argue with your friends and family over the 50-50s, as is tradition, and what would be happening in the pub. There'd be schnitzels flying all over the place by this point as you argued. So, have 2 minutes to do that. We'll see you in a bit. Alrighty, make up with your family. We're going to move on to one more 50-50, and then we don't need to argue anymore. Tell me, please, at which Sydney racecourse did the beatification of Mary MacKillop take place in 1995? Was it Randwick or Rosehill Gardens?
I don't know what a beatification is, but it sounds like something either to do with an overconsumption of beetroot or just a flogging, which I can see why it'd be at a racehorse.
Yeah, well, that's true. No, but it's spelt wrong to be beetroot, so I think it's just getting down with a sick tune.
Do you have a sick beatification?
Yeah. I genuinely don't know what beatification actually is. I'm sure someone in the comments will, though, and can tell us, because canonisation is when you're made a saint. Beatification is some point before that, but I don't really know what it means. Unless it's just, you know, the Catholic Church going, what a smashing bloke. It could have been just that.
It is.
Oh, right, great. Great.
It is essentially, from what I can see here, a declaration by the Pope that the dead person is in a state of bliss.
Oh, well, that's nice.
So I think they put on some sick beats.
So that's why it's called a beatification. Yeah. As they get down with their bad selves.
Yeah, Mary's chilled right out. She's in a state of bliss with these fat beats that we give her for. Happy beatification.
Happy beatification, Mary. Maz, as we called her. Number 21. This photo was taken of the Bellarine Peninsula, which is located in which Australian state or territory? Where would you find the Bellarine Peninsula? That's all there is to that question. Looks like a nice place, though.
Looks lovely.
Well, I mean, last week the question 21 was a nice place as well. It was the Fiji resort. I think we should make an effort. Just nice places I'd like to go.
Question 21 brought to you by Travel World.
If you're watching Travel World...
Don't bother. They've got no money.
No one's got any money. No one's got any money. Except Dan Murphy's. They're doing well. I'm certain they're doing well.
I mean, they've got most of my income.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Which state or territory would you find Bellarine Peninsula? Number 22. The assassination of which man was the immediate trigger for World War I? How do you tell the gender of an ant? Put it in water if it sinks, it's a girl ant. If it floats, it's boy ant. Oh, that's so good.
Brilliant.
That is so good. I really like that. Number 23. Johnny Depp plays which famous bank robber in the 2009 film Public Enemies? Got a comment from Steve there. How do you spell encyclopedia? I mean, as you spelt it, but we put the little EA grapheme. I don't know what that's called.
Just being fancy.
Yeah, I mean, it is how it's spelled. It's the little... Oh, that's rubbish. Oh, can't be bothered. Ah, beautiful. Thank you. There you go. That grapheme. I don't know what it's called, but that's the A and the E as one.
It's a knocked over ampersand.
It's just fallen over.
It is, look. Hold up. Yeah. Now make it the end. Oh, now it's not. You gave it little flicks. Looked like a knocked over ampersand before.
No, I don't think it ever did. Number 24. The name of which Japanese electronics and entertainment company is derived from the Latin word for sound?
This is much easier if you know the Latin word for sound.
But so much easier. Yeah, that's in the recycling box now. Filed that. The name of the Japanese electronics and entertainment company. It is derived from the Latin word for sound. Number 25, our final regular question for tonight. Let's have a look. For 12 seasons, Judith McGrath played the character named Von Ryan in which Australian television series of the 90s and 2000s?
Not sure why Steve's profile picture there has made him look like Jane. Let's just take that and see if we can get it.
That is very, very strange. But it's not called a diphthong, which is also called a diphthong. It doesn't have the second H. But because that's when two sounds blend together in a single vowel, but that's not the same thing as two vowel letters being stuck together. They're called graphemes. A minuscule potentially is a better descriptor. There's a minuscule grapheme for that sound. But you get it in all sorts of words like encyclopedia.
There's the picture of Steve. Sorry.
There we go. That's
Steve, I wanted to put your pretty face up there.
Yeah, it's a diphthong, not a diphthong, as I've always thought. I only found that out recently, so... if you need any questions repeated, let us know. I know some of you already are, which is fantastic. But that is the last question for our game tonight. Or the last.
You know what else it is?
What is that?
It's a picture not ruined by pulling a face.
Oh, I don't know.
You be nice.
Why?
Judith looks lovely.
Judith, I'm sure, is lovely. Okay, question 11. Been requested. Let's go to that. Looks like... Oops, let's not do that. 11 is that one there. Is that sports film there? What's the title of the biographical sports film for number 11 proper? And its bonus point, which actor stars as tennis champion Billie Jean King? That's 11. We'll have 2 as well, just joined by its friends 1, 3 and 4. Which 2 countries have names in English that begin with the letters P-O?
Steve telling me Steve has a face for radio. He says he addresses that comment to the guy who is not allowed on camera.
You're barred and you know it. Number 8 is here, requested. Which American all-female band had a 1987 hit with their version of the Simon & Garfunkel hit Hazy Shade of Winter?
The 2 Steves are having an argument in the comments, and I love it.
Well, you know what? Inter-Steve debates are not something I want to get involved with.
It's an official Steve-off.
It's an absolute official Steve-off. Our final question to be repeated is number 24. The name of which Japanese electronics and entertainment company is derived from the Latin word for sound, as in a thing you hear. And that's it. We're all done. Finished. It's over. All we need to do is mark up, and then we'll have our bonus at the end. There we go. There's Von. So pens at the ready. Get ready to total your scores. Remember to give yourselves points if you had any cracker jokes. And let's go. We have this musical by Roger and Hammerstein is South Pacific. The 2 countries that have English names that start with P-O, it is Poland and Portugal are the 2. The spirit that is the alcoholic ingredient in Kahlua is rum. The name of which primate is derived from the Malay for person of the forest, that's orangutan. This is American singer-songwriter and musician Tom Petty.
Pull in a face.
He's having a nice time. He was a member of which supergroup with Bob Dylan, George Harrison and Roy Orbison? That is the Travelling Wilburys, which happens to be, I'd say that's my favourite supergroup.
No, Spice Girls.
Certainly. It's not a supergroup. Stop ruining things I love. We only have 1 of the Travelling Wilburys left as well. Just Dylan. It's the last
still got
one.
all the Spice Girls.
Number 6, bobsled, luge, and which other sport make up 3 sliding events at the Winter Olympic Games? It is skeleton is the last one. Spooky and scary. The Winter's Tale is a play by Shakespeare. The American all-female band who had a hit with Hazy Shade of Winter, that would be the Bengals.
Would love to see the Spice Girls do that.
No, you wouldn't. You're just saying it to annoy me.
No, I would love to see the Spice Girls do anything at the moment. Just come back and do a reunion tour, you promised.
They're not going to. Number 9. The name of the character played by Ariel Winter in the hit television sitcom Modern Family was Alex Dunphy. I'll give you the point for Alex, which is part of the main Dunphy family. The Winter Palace was the official residence of the monarchs of Russia from 1732 to 1917. The title of this biographical sports film is Battle of the Sexes, and Billie Jean King is played by Emma Stone there. Number 12, the 8-letter word that describes a condition where the person or animal has a congenital absence of pigment in their skin and hair is albinism. According to the Bible, Jesus Christ was baptized in the River Jordan. The opening bars of the Marseillaise, which is France's national anthem, play at the beginning of All You Need Is Love. Former US President Richard Nixon shares his middle name with which character from The Simpsons? Milhouse. Milhouse Van Houten. In relation to horses, is a gelding male or female? Gelding is a desexed male. George VI or Elizabeth II, which was the first to visit Australia? It was Elizabeth II. Jean Metzinger is a cubist. The Encyclopaedia Britannica was first published in Edinburgh. The logo for Encyclopaedia Britannica is a thistle, to give that away. Number 20, at which Sydney racecourse did the beatification of Mary MacKillop take place? It was at Randwick. And this photo was taken of the Bellarine Peninsula in Victoria. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand was the immediate trigger for World War I. I say Archduke so you don't think I'm confusing it with the band. Number 23, Johnny Depp plays the famous bank robber John Dillinger in Public Enemies. And number 24, the name of the Japanese entertainment company is Sony. The Latin for sound is Sonus. And for 12 seasons, Judith McGrath played the character named Von Ryan in All Saints. So there you go. That's the quiz. Someone is commenting that Jeff Lynne is a Wilbury and alive and was in ELO. Several of those things are true. I didn't know Jeff Lynne was a Wilbury. Mm-hmm. He must have replaced George Harrison, I guess. He was the first to die there. I'm going to say that. Please let me know if I'm correct on that. I guess he replaced Harrison after he died. I hope that's true. Remember, my friends, that we will be back here very soon. We're going to do our movie game, but first, let me just thank you for joining us and remind you that you can join us here on Friday at the same time. We've pinned a post on our Facebook page. So if you go to our Facebook page, which is Quizmasters Trivia, and this logo will be there. If you follow that and then click Get Reminder on the pinned post, you will be told exactly when we're about to go live, so that you'll never miss again. So Claude, you should do that because you turned up late again. Get a reminder. You won't do it again. That's it. That's all I have. So let's do our movie game. If you've not played this before, it's really straightforward. I'm going to put up 10 actors. They're all in one movie together, and it is your job to tell me the name of the movie. Simple as that. The first to do so is the winner, and we'll be keeping an eye on when you do it, because again, there is that delay that we've got to account for. So I'm 4 or 5 ahead before you notice. So, our first, we have Lynn Thigpen and Doug Hutchison and Dan Hedaya, all in this film. There's your starters. We also have Elizabeth Banks in it, who, as we mentioned last week, is our favourite Banks.
Favourite Banks.
We also have Meki Fiffer.
After Agent Cody. I just remember it was after Agent Cody.
Yeah, Agent Cody, Elizabeth, then all the children from Mary Poppins. I can tell you it is not Scream 2, nor is it The Green Mile. Toni Collette is in this film, which might help give you some more info. Toni Collette. Also, Christian Bale. It is not The Hangover, it is not Sharknado, but thanks for playing. Christian Bale. Not The Help. Busta Rhymes was in it.
That's a hard left turn.
It really is, and from Christian Bale, Academy Award winner, to Busta Rhymes. He was in it. So was Vanessa Williams. It is not About a Boy, nor is it Little Miss Sunshine. Oops, I'm not going to be able to move that in such a way that you can see, so I'll just do that. We also have our lead is Samuel L. Jackson. So, someone did get it. It is Shaft, the 2000 version. So, congratulations to Gigantic. You do really well at this. You're always getting numbers games and movie games. Well done indeed. So that's
I'll even
it.
give her a special.
Please clap.
Oh yeah. Alrighty, that's it. That's all I got. I'm done for the night. So if you have enjoyed this, please follow us on Facebook if you're not already. Make sure you hit get reminder so that you know exactly when we're going live, which will be 6:45 on Friday. So please join us then for a little bit of light banter and fun quizzing. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves immensely this evening. My name is David. I'm joined by Aidan as always. So thank you once again for joining us. Have a great night. See you soon. Welcome back to those who are still sticking around. As you know, if you've been here before, that we do have a little bit more for you. There's always a touch more to give right at the end. And we promised you a fun fact right at the start of the night. And to deliver it, we have Aidan. What is your fun fact about Glasgow?
Oh, so yes. My favourite piece of information about Glasgow is that Glasgow is not, it is definitely not, the city of the world where you are most likely to be stabbed.
Oh, absolutely not.
Not true. But it is the city in the world that it is most likely, if you are stabbed, that it is a multiple stabbing.
Yeah. Yeah.
My wife was once in Glasgow on a holiday and genuinely had the experience where they went into a hotel just to duck up to the hotel room. They caught the elevator up, went into the hotel room. They were in the hotel room for about 10 minutes, came out of the hotel room, went back to the exact same elevator, and it was covered in blood.
Yep. Sounds about right. It's much nicer these days. It's much nicer. There's very little blood on the walls. I was going to say little crime, little violence. No, that's still all there. And, you know, that doesn't leave you.
No.
Doesn't leave you.
Yeah, if you want to head to Glasgow, don't worry, you are not more likely to be stabbed there, but if you are stabbed, it will be a multiple stabbing.
We don't do a half job, is the take-home value there. With Glaswegians, don't do a half job. Except when it's a live quiz produced on a Wednesday night. Thanks very much. Have a lovely night. See you soon.